performed magnificently. Looks like he's made the one off the break here, Tim. I'm not too sure if he's got options.
Push out.
Yeah, Hayden will have a tough match on his hands. His opponent, Albert, has not dropped a set to get to the semi-final. He'll be feeling strong. Perhaps all the pressure on him though, Tim.
Well, there is a lot to the favorite role that you have to handle, and don't forget, Januarta is 17 years old. Sure, he has a lot of experience, but maybe not in this particular role. And it's different playing players or actually just kids your same age. You're still a kid, right? So yeah, just it will be interesting to see how he copes with this. I think Hayden will be able to jump this. As I said, instantly pushed to an offensive option. 3-ball is over the corner. Just a 3-ball to the 4 could pose a threat if he makes a jump.
He may need to just hop over the edge of this 5-ball, but what a jump shot. Didn't have much to work with, Tim.
Yeah, as Drake would say, another one. Well, it's needed.
Wow, these junior players, Tim, they jump for fun. It is just such an extra string in their bow.
4-ball side.
Well, and I was gonna say, now he's gonna play the cross side because he knows if he can get onto a solid shape on the 5-ball, this should be a great start for him. Oh yeah, and these side pockets have proven to be pretty rough on the players. I barely have seen any cross-side bank going in, and he didn't really miss that by much.
Not at all. And that would have been his third highlight reel shot in 3 shots. Fantastic play. I'm not too sure if Albert has a line past the 5. He didn't like
that's
it.
why he went to go behind the 5-ball. He's also missed that target quite a bit.
4-ball corner.
Now, I've heard quite some players talk about the fact that the whole Las Vegas stretch is quite a long event, especially if you play the Las Vegas Open, World Teams, and then the juniors, which there's a couple juniors that have done that. I mean, they're young, they're supposed to be able to cope with that, but then yet, that could also be one of the downfalls for Januarta.
Yeah, agreed. Over on our other table, in the other semi-final, Dustin Pipeston of Canada takes on Sophia Mast, and she quite rightly has played in the teams and women's event in USAB. There is a chance in these semi-finals, Tim, that 2 Americans could be in the lineup, but there is also a chance that there'll be no Americans in the final. So just an interesting thing to note, as that 5 is dressed up quite nicely.
Well, I gotta say the 5 is closer to the rail than the 9, so the only way he could make the 9 was to actually bank the 5-ball kinda into the short rail and then hitting the 9 full. Made that look easy, but usually it's not what people like to play as a combination. Ooh.
Wow.
Well,
gravity took over, Tim, and I have to say, young Hayden has come out firing on all cylinders and is really taking it to Albert from the get-go. He dressed up there like he was looking to put the 8 in the center pocket.
Well, then again, we'll have to play this with quite some pace. You have to be very pure to make this top right spin to get on the 10. Yeah. I mean, I would not mention the fact that the side pockets have been playing tough if they weren't playing tough. Bit of a roll though for Hayden.
Pretty sure that both these players will have already come across how tight these pockets are. I believe they're 4.5 on the center pockets and 4 1/8 on the corner. So it's a tight table, these Predator arcs, and Albert's played a good defensive shot there, not leaving Hayden much option but to play a returning safety.
Well, it's just enough to where the bank to the side is awkward, but I was actually looking at a bank on the 8 for Hayden. The return on this won't be too difficult, that's why. Now he's supposed to be frozen to the rail, you should go. Yeah, he's calling the straight back. I do like this, you can run the cue ball softly into the 10, play pocket speed. Oh, doesn't want to make it in the opposite.
Oh. Well, these short races to 4, best of 3 sets, it can be imperative to get
2
off
ball and then a lot of
first.
traveling from the 2 to the 3 ball.
Quite a few balls on the left-hand side of the table as well, Tim, which will always make closing patterns a bit more delicate. Hayden will be pleased to get a shot on the 1 though.
And there is one difference though I've seen already a bit. He's been eyeing the shot clock down a bit while he's trying to prepare for his next shot, and he might not have as much experience with the shot clock. I mean, how can he? He's 14 years old. But if he feels a bit uncomfortable with the shot clock, beautiful cross corner though, by the way, on the 2 ball. Can he play the 3 ball off the 5? Just saying, maybe there's some experience to be won playing with the shot clock. Let's see, if he makes this, there is a good chance of still getting on the 4.
Oh, nicely done. Got a great offense. Is not afraid to move the balls. Do you think that 10 is going to hamper position on the 7?
Well, it does block most of the positional area on the 7 ball. But then yet, everything on the right long rail, for example, should be okay. Well, he's going to leave himself in between the 8 and the 9. A bit more asked from the queuing on this 6 ball.
He's got the angle on that 7. That's a really nice shot. Oh, Tim, he's come out meaning business. Hayden Ernst.
Well, I kind of feel like this is also what he will have to do in order to beat Januarta. And also to still run out after when he shot the 1 ball and didn't really get on the 2. To still get out from that position, that means a lot to him too. That's going to give him quite some confidence. Pros, so it's fitting. Who knows, maybe some characteristic nickname would fit better. It's also what he chooses to market. It's his branding, right?
Absolutely. I'm sure someone's already got the trademark on that one. Wow.
Well, I already bought the domain, so he will have to take it over from me.
1 ball corner.
Well, there is not a very nice table out there for Januarta. And, well, he may have left enough of this 1 ball, but where are you going to go from there, Tim?
Well, I'm actually considering a safety behind the 3 ball. If you bank the 1 ball 3 rails over near the 2, 5, 8, that's where well, he's gonna have to play it safe on this 2 ball, but what will he have? I just didn't think pocketing the 1 had a lot of value.
2 ball corner.
He's called. Oh, he's gonna kick at this 2 ball. Maybe with a lot of topspin, trying to sneak under the 5. No, he's drawing. He's played it really well.
Well-deserved tap on the table from his opponent, as well as he steps up to what is an absolute awful position for him. But that real nice touch. These sort of shots can be the difference in these matches, Tim.
He has to go around the 6 ball. No, he says, I'm gonna tie something up. He won't be able to run this out. Well, the 5 ball doesn't go by the 8, so this run out is still difficult. I have to say that the kick shot safety Hayden just played, for someone at his age, he's definitely playing a lot mature, more mature than most of the kids at his age. I don't think I've ever thought about that safety when I was his age.
2 ball side.
Didn't even know what a cue was.
He's going to try and pull a second foul out of Albert here. And he's pretty much locked it up against the 8.
Yeah, I would have liked to take away that bottom long rail in this view though. That's the most obvious escape, and he's even looking to go 2 rails. Or is he? No. It looked like he was looking at opening the angle up to the 2nd rail, but he's going directly at it. Oh, he's missed it, so who knows, a 3 foul is possible. I thought this was one that he was supposed to hit.
But more so, where the 5 and the 8 was, as you pointed out, there wasn't much merit in going for it. Got a great cue ball, Hayden, for the 2nd time. It's paid dividends. This could draw the 3rd foul and would give him another point on the board, Tim.
Yeah. Then again, little detail, that 2 ball just next to the 5 would have been slightly better. This is definitely hittable. Oh, and he's missed it again. Yeah.
Stick that position.
How about that for a break?
Wow.
Man. I mean, gotta say, if you look at Albert's perspective, it kind of feels like the saying, when it rains, it pours. Well, he must be feeling like that in the chair. Just look, he nodded like, oh no, really? Like, look at this layout. Maybe the 9 ball could pose a threat, being closer to the side pocket point, but this is a possible break and run. Oh. He decelerated a bit there. Could have used a bit of stun into the rail. That, I'm a bit surprised that still dropped. It used everything.
I think he was trying to avoid this position with the cue ball and wanted to play it as slowly as possible. He had to jump over the 3, a difficult jump, nearly made it. But that does bring Albert back to the table. He's been sat in his chair, thinking about if he would get back to the table at this opportunity. He has.
Yeah, only the rack did get trickier, Gath. That 8-ball got moved to the opposite. Well, near the side pocket point. I'm wondering, is he gonna play? No. I was thinking maybe he can go one rail, run into the 9, and the cue ball would flick out where it is now, just to develop something. He's gonna try and play it clean, but that 8 and the 9 is so tough to get nicely on it.
He's had a couple of looks, Tim. He's come back for another. He needs to be plumb on this 8 to even have a chance of holding for the 9. Would be a great response. Oh, he's gone for the nudge. How do you like that?
Yes. Yeah, beautiful. That's some insight for people at home practicing to become a pro. Because he nudged it absolutely perfect. There was no other way to get on the 8, so he's done really well. And he's stealing this rack, even though that was a beautiful break and run opportunity for Hayden Ernst.
Ranks. So Albert to break. We're locked at 2 apiece in this opening set, race to 4. And it looked like he made a ball, Tim.
Yeah, he hit it just as sweet as Hayden did. If you look at the cue ball, perfect stop. It did get bumped, so that's where he kind of lost his opportunities to get on the 1 ball. I mean, nothing he could do about that for sure. And now he could play the jump from here, but yet he's still gonna play the push out to another jump. Maybe because the cue ball is a bit more off the rail from this position. And Hayden is a right-hander, so he won't be able to reach this.
Quite clever play, if you think about it. And he only... It looked like he just left the edge of the 8 he needed to go over. I think that's what he was playing for. And has got a good safe on this cue ball.
Well, I'm very sure that Hayden was definitely wanting to play this shot. I think it was quite obvious. But, well, one can reach and the other one won't be able to reach.
Wow, he hit that, Tim. That's a legal shot. That was so difficult.
Yeah, as you could see, he really hopped on top of the 1 ball.
So, again, these gentlemen serving us up some delicious safety play. Some great escapes. These guys really are the full ticket.
Oh, and this is actually now open for the taking, unless he feels not too sure about the 5 ball. I know he's quite aggressive. I've seen him play against Team Spain, where he started to make almost anything he was swinging at. So he's definitely not the guy that opts for the 3 fouls unless needed.
Is that 3 a bit tricky with the 9 and the 5 in the way? Is he Just wondering if that would be a good reason to move the 9, which he did, Tim, but he's left the 9 hampering his queuing. It's good vision again, though. Realised the 3 didn't have a natural pocket.
Yeah, definitely some skills. Oh, how sweet did he hit that? Oh,
Beautiful.
I mean, it's interesting how they've played a couple nudges and kisses here and there, which most of the adult players will not even see. You know, that is impressive in my opinion. That's when someone plays that, you know, okay, I gotta be a bit more careful with this young man.
Just had another look to see if the 5 passes the 8. I think it does. That makes this a little bit easier for the Indonesian. Both players looking really informed, Tim. This has got all the hallmarks of being one of the classics in the junior division.
Well, everything in the open now, Gav. Maybe some traveling still from the 8 to the 9. But he's put himself actually straight enough to where he can play this still with inside spin. So not as much traveling. He's left himself great on the 8. No, still went around the angles. No inside spin. Pitch perfect.
Wow, just to sneak out into the lead at a key point in this opening set. Albert Januarta. Well, we've had 2 big final days, or rather we're in the second right now. And I have to say, this is one of the best openers to a final day I've seen. The young gentleman making balls again off the break.
Yeah, could have landed a bit better on the 1 ball, Gav. Probably safety. Yeah. Oh.
Just past the center pocket. And full ball cover. Don't think. He's just having a look if there's a little line past the 10. But he's got to find that gap between the long rail and the 4, Tim. Fine margins. Oh, that might go in. It didn't. Great hit, Tim. But that has left Albert with a good opener. And as we said, he's on the hill. He only needs this one to take the opening set.
Yeah, but what to do with the 4 and the 5? What's he gonna do on the blue?
I think... Oh no, it's not straight. But... very difficult to develop the 5-4, I'm sure.
No, I think this is the more mature play. Instead of trying something wild, he could have actually done this with more stroke and run into the 5, but he's just gonna play solid safety. He can bank the 4 ball next to the 7, up table, and the cue ball under the 10. He's gonna keep it a bit shorter, closer to the 5 ball. And as long as you freeze it up, which I don't think it's enough, so a hit from Hayden will be coming.
4 ball corner.
Called the 4 in the corner, Tim. Good hit on this 4. And if he hits it full, there's always a chance of rolling up behind the 9. Oh, he's giving it a bit more oomph.
Yeah.
Ball. This is a tricky four, but all the balls are in the open, Tim.
Yeah, yet to cut this in so soft to hold the cue ball in the center of the table, it asks a lot from your stroke. It's sensitive. That's why he's not taking it on. Oh, this might be on. I think this is on, Gath. Maybe he can even draw into the 9.
Oh, we may have a little bit more drama in this opening set. Hayden Ernst has been making some fantastic pots already. Would love to get to the hill.
4-ball corner. Extension.
Yeah, nice little information I got from a friend. Actually sent me a message about Hayden Ernst. Middle name is Maverick. That's why his nickname is Mavman, the Maverick. Now, my good friend that's sending me this is the Candyman. Oh, I like this too. Look at that cue ball, beautiful.
Well, he
Now
had me fooled.
My friend, to finish the story, that sent it to me, his nickname is the Candyman, and he calls him the M&M. the Mavman. Yeah, I found it beautiful.
Mavman. Hopefully we start seeing that on the back of his shirts. I didn't check the back of his shirt if he's already got it hidden somewhere on there. This is a difficult escape for Albert. He's come round 3 rails looking just to clip the edge, and he's missed it. You have to say, well, I mentioned Hayden had me fooled. He'd called the bank on that previous shot. So I was looking for him to get close to the corner pocket, but all he had his eyes on was sticking that cue ball to the 9. That's resulted in ball in hand, in a great opportunity now to take this opening set to a hill-hill thriller. Ooh, needed that to hold up. Was looking to play that in the top right pocket. Little shake of the head. Another twist.
Yeah, I mean, cannot imagine him going for the slice and running the cue ball all around the table. He's playing the safe. Oh, the 6 ball is slow. Well, you would say, well, he's given away the whole set. How are you actually going to leave yourself something on the 7? As you can see, he's already planning to bump the 7 ball. Might be the only play to really get somewhat of a run out.
You have to think if he misses it, Tim, he could be in no man's land with that cue ball.
Oh, I love the risk he took. Now, he does actually still get a chance for the set. A set that Hayden could have won, in my opinion. It's a bit of both worlds. Both have played great, but Hayden could have had a break and run more.
Whatever the result of this opening set, Tim, the stat man will be going crazy because there have been so many great shots already. Coming round the table for the 10. And this to take the opening set, Tim, and could have gone either way. The opening break and get us off into this second set. Just a quick update on our other table. The young Canadian Dustin Pipeston is 3-1 up on Sophia Mast. Sophia pulling one back. How was his break, Tim?
Well, if you would ask Albert, he probably would tell you it was really bad. Nothing going in.
10-ball corner.
I thought he hit him quite well, but that's the thing with the hand rack. You still have to put the right energy into it, hit it square enough. Okay, it worked out nicely. For a second I was afraid the one ball would drop over the 10.
Going airborne for this one. Oh, not much separation. That may have hung out. Does he have an angle to open up the 2, or does he want to suck up onto the 5? Oh, he's played that very well.
Yeah, but he's got a slight angle towards the 5 ball. Well, he did cheat the pocket a lot there and really tried to stun the cue ball over to get straight on the 3 ball. And as you can see, he was not too happy with how the cue ball landed on the rail. He knows not just the cueing gets worse off the rail. These options are limited. To get on the 4, he has to go forward now.
Oh, will it go past the 5? No, it will nudge into it. Oh. Gets a well-deserved ripple of applause as well. Judged that very well. And as you said, Tim, difficult cueing. This is opening up quite nicely for Mavman. He's picking them off nicely, Tim. He's not hanging about either.
Yeah, still, this is a bit of a shot. You know, it's so easy to say connecting the dots, but then yet, if you land with too much angle or a bit straight, connecting the dots really is not that simple as you would say. Because usually connecting the dots, you leave yourself a bit closer to your next subject ball with the correct angle, and then you can nick him away. I feel he's been landing a bit straight here and there on the ball. Managing well though, had to take a bit more on the 8.
Yeah, very nice, and slowly but surely, Tim, he's brought control of that cue ball back to him. 2 balls away from taking this opening rack. Very nice looking 10 ball. You said Hayden Ernst, this jump shot, great response. He's really been executing it well. Really many options for Albert here. And a little awkward cluster with the 5-7-4. That's very nice.
Yes, how to get to this 1 ball. I mean, he can go over the top short rail, but you're coming into the 1 ball so straight. What really is gonna help you out on this? You don't want to leave your opponent like an easy tap behind the 7-5. And that side pocket point.
Yeah, that was a very tough target to aim for. There was an option on the opposite short rail, but there was a better chance, I think, from going this way of leaving a safe, but could be in trouble here. Trying to play a shot similar to Hayden's in the first set.
Well, that's foul number 2. We might see him play the cue ball into the 5-7. Yes, he will be going chasing the 3 foul.
Well, he succumbed to the 3 foul in our first set. It didn't affect the result for him, but maybe there's just a little salt in the wounds.
Well, the 1 ball is laying pretty decent towards the corner, so if Hayden has any feel for trying to feel like the scratch, trying to get 2 rails towards the corner, he should be fine. It's a line you gotta find. I think he's gonna get... This looks a bit short. Yeah, too short and 3 fouls.
Well, one thing I noticed with the stats, Tim, was both players with a break success of 67%, and I'm not too sure how many matches where I've seen that after the first set. Maybe I spoke a little too soon. Hayden out of his chair, nothing gone down, and a look on the 1, but no pocket for the 1 ball. Playing the push. He's giving it to him back, Tim.
Well, there is a very aggressive shot. I'm just wondering if he's going to play this. There is a cross-side bank or carry him into the 3 ball.
I think he called the cross bank. You got it, Tim. He started aggressive. He's continuing with aggression. Tim, he made the 3 in the top right corner, missed the 1, and Albert now has the choice to take this 1 on or hand it back to Hayden. It looks like he's playing. And that has not gone far enough. There's a window for Hayden here.
Oh, needs the 1 ball to stay. Well, it's just enough, but I think Albert can still hit this thin and bring the cue ball behind the 5 and the 6.
Well, that's not a bad shot. Very difficult to judge. Don't think he's got cover. So Hayden looking to put Albert in trouble here. He's played it delicate. He's trying to bring the 4-7 into play. It's not gone far enough, Tim, and well, Hayden not completely happy, but still a lot more work to do in this rack. Albert's gone to lock up against the 7-4 and tap on the table. He's played that really well. Still expect Hayden to escape from this, but nicely judged.
Yeah, good signs on the speed control. Is he gonna try and get the hook behind the 10? He's kicking soft. Yeah, I mean he made a good hit there. The only difference is Albert will be able to do a little bit more being so close to the 1.
Dialed in on the pace, floated the cue ball down towards the short rail, bringing the 5 in to cover. Hayden not hesitating to go over this 5 ball. Nearly made the pot. And cue ball froze up against, near the 10. As you see from that angle, this 1 ball is on Tim.
Okay, and everything wide in the open, and you kind of can feel the momentum going towards Albert's direction. Not necessarily saying he's playing better in this match, just saying with how the things are going, he's keeping a bit more control over how things are going tactically.
He's had to come across because that 5 doesn't pass the 8. But the cue ball very nicely, but is he going to be able to land on this 6?
I think he can float this in. I think he should be fine. Oh, he's played that with inside spin, and he's missed that 5, and that's a bit of a turnaround.
Will Hayden need to come up and down the table here, or can he float this in and hold for the 6? He's gone gently. Nicely played, and yeah, you have to say, a mistake from Albert there. Costly one in the second set. Drawing back of every shot with good precision. That brings Hayden Ernst to these remaining 2 balls in this second set. Looking to take the lead yet again. Secure a 3rd set. Tucks it up. Got a lot of power, Tim. Where's the cue ball? Just misses this. Oh, gets kicked away from the centre pocket. And that will bring Albert to the table. And what's he got to look at there, Tim?
Well, that 1 ball does go to the corner. The 6 ball pretty tight towards the side pocket. So not the easiest of run-outs, but it's there.
Played it well. Held for the 2. Good natural shape to come off the short rail back up for the 3. Wonder how big a role that 6 ball you pointed out, Tim, will make. Well, we won't know yet because Januarta missed that 2 in the centre pocket, and that wasn't really a miss we expected him to make.
Yeah, it could be massive into a lead for Hayden if he can close this out. This 2 ball does go in between the 5 and the 6. Just that 6 ball though, I mean, it's into the side, and that kind of gives me that scary feeling already.
We had a similar situation in the first set. And Hayden's opponent, Albert, was able to develop it with great success. Hayden will already have something in the back of his mind here, and he's finished beautifully on this 4 to maybe execute that plan. Is that 6 ball going to move, Tim, or is he going to try and avoid it and float into the 9? Well, there we can see Maverick on the back of his shirt. Should have clocked that earlier. Come round 2 rails here, Tim. This could be very handy.
Yeah, a bit more angle maybe on this 8 ball. We'll have to run maybe into the 9.
Well, we know anything can happen if that's the case. I'm sure he would have liked to have been able to avoid it, but he's done exactly as you suggested. Uses all the pocket for the 8. And how's he finished on this 9, Tim?
Yeah, perfect angle to stun over for the 10. He should be on the hill.
Stayed down on the shot. Gave the 1 ball side eye as it tracked over lovely for this 10 ball, and final day. Done. We've had some great matches, and this one is shaping up to get to at least the top 3. Hayden Ernst to break on the hill in the second set. Where's the cue ball?
Ooh. Well, does have a shot into the corner. If he doesn't like it, he could roll up on the 3 ball. I can imagine the nerves must be staggering into his body.
Great power in his break. Gave himself every chance of making balls. Everything bar the 10 seeming to track over to the top right.
No, he did go for the offensive. Just has to land 2 rails from the 2 to the 3 ball gap.
Yeah, again, electing against safety in that situation, and he fancies this is on. This could be the key shot. And he's played it well.
He had to baby that into the corner to hold it for the 4, and that's where usually you get the ball just that slightly thicker than you want to. He's missed that chance to close it out. Now it's all up to Januarta. It's still a long way, especially with this shape. I have to slice this in. I was gonna say still a long way to win this set though.
That cut look easy into the corner pocket, and that cue ball has set up very nicely for this 6. This would be a good time for Albert to get one back and keep himself in this second set. to say, Tim, Hayden had done most of the hard work at the opening of that rack. Won't take anything away from Albert, though. It felt like he'd been sat in his chair for a little while. And obviously daunting prospecting, being 3-1 down in the second set. Albert to break. He trails 3-2 in this second rack. And he does lead 1-0. I can see a little bit of that one ball, Tim.
Yeah, I might be able to. Well, I was gonna say I like the bank. I didn't think it does go to the bottom right. And I heard his favorite discipline actually is bank pull from the Candyman. I mean, he's from Kentucky. What else is he supposed to play? He's missed that bank though.
Yeah, he played it in such a way so he could hold shape for the 2. Didn't make it. Albert, good look on this one. Looking to put Hayden in trouble here. Turn the pressure on a little bit in this. Well, could be a pivotal 6th rack in this second set. Looking at the 2 rails, Tim. It, giving ball in hand to Albert. I'm just wondering, looking at the table, is there too much trouble out there?
Well, if only the 4-ball would have been a bit more available. I mean, the run out is always available as long as there's no clusters. But as you can see, we'll have to travel perfectly from the 2 to the 3-ball. And then not as much area for the 5 to play shape on. So the 4 and the 5 a bit more difficult to get ideal shape on. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a safety on the 4 behind the 8. Or play for the 4 in the top corner where the 10 and the 9 are laying. And then stun over to still have the 5 along the long rail.
Played safe off the 4. And I don't think there's an edge for Hayden. If there is, that makes this a little bit easier, and he could find... Albert could find himself back in trouble here.
Yeah, this is a good save. Full hook. Kicking directly into it. Oh, this is gonna be in the open. No cut left though for Hayden.
Like he was trying now to get the cue ball up to the center of the top short rail, looking to come off long rail, long rail. He's judged that really well, Tim. Well, he's gone for the one rail escape. And there's a bit of insurance. I think he called the 9 or the 6 in the side. I think he was calling the 6 in the side. Just something to keep your eye on. But where's that 4 finished up? Well, it looked like it wasn't going to be available, Tim, but Hayden's called it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it does. And if he plays a lot of left spin, he can catch this slightly thicker, hold for the 5 ball. He's even going low left. Yeah, this is a chance to take the second set. This is a must for him.
Absolutely. And it will be the first set that Albert has dropped in this Junior Open. Pretty impressive stuff for the Indonesian. But more importantly, this will give Hayden a chance of getting into the final. And as you said, Tim, must-win set.
Yeah, the 8 does seem to not go by the 9. So he still has to go to the short side of the 8. And if you look at it, he's got the angle going the other way. So 1 or 2 rail shape to be played. Something could go wrong from this position. You would not expect it to. Oh, he's landed plumb.
Very nice from Maverick. And yeah, looking to take us through to a third set. A little look away.
I think he's a bit worried, because now this match is going into a deciding set. If we go 3 each,
Getting
we'll have a
stronger and
shootout.
stronger. And he's frozen that cue ball. Is anything going to go down?
Well, going into this match, Albert had pocketed more than 30 balls every set. So this is the first time that he's hit less.
Wow. And you have to say, full credit to Hayden, he came out fully aggressive and took it to him, and it sort of snuffed out that fire a little, and it's resulted with taking him to a third set. And anything can happen from here. And that one ball didn't go where Albert wanted it to. And what has that left Maverick here?
Well, it has to take on the combination. One ball stays over the corner if he makes it. If he makes it, he does. Oh, nice. What else is there? Probably to get on the angle, but not just to get on the angle on the 7 ball. Not just to get that, but to also be able to move over to the 8. There is quite... Ooh. Too much angle on the 2 ball already. Hit that just a bit too much.
Can he drop it in and avoid the center pocket and leave a longer 3? Looks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a bit of pressure on his arm. As I said, he hit it a bit too much. Instead of stroking the ball like a bit more fluent, he punched at it a bit more, not getting the intended draw on the ball. He will have to go something wild. And he has not gotten it, and he's quite fortunate to at least have something.
Well,
Three-ball
that
corner.
5 does look kind of big and a good target to get the cue ball behind, so good chance that he could put Albert in trouble. It's not tight to the 5, but it's full ball cover. Januarta he's got his jump stick out, Tim.
Oh, and how did that 3-ball sneak around the 10 and the full hook?
Really nice. Just to get over the 5 itself. And that 4 is covering the 3 as well. Great response. We wouldn't expect anything less from the quality of this match, to be fair, Tim. That knock on the 9 help getting 7 to 8. That's what will have to come up in a few balls' time.
Yeah, I can feel the tension a bit more on the players now, which is very obvious. It's now all come down to 1 race to 4, which could go either way. I feel like so far as the match has been going, it really can go either way. Hayden is giving Januarta quite the match.
Getting position on the 7 now, Tim. Key. He's followed that through 2 rails. Looks like he's got the angle. And it's a thin one, Tim. Down the rail. Back across for the 9. Just wondering if the cue ball's going to come back at a bit of pace.
Oh, a bit short. He needed double pace on that. He's got nothing. This is what I mean. Like, I felt like he was so comfortable while playing maybe the favorite role. And now he feels like it's a bit closer to each other. He's not playing as strong on his running game anymore, but still he's got the experience playing a lot of pros.
Looks like he's wanting to push the 9 up towards the 10. Ooh, it didn't hold behind the 10, and that has leaked out. I have to say, advantage Albert in this opening rack. Say, Tim, this young man from Indonesia has held it together in this opening rack. By Chuchin Weiwei, he didn't. And the mixed doubles turbo, which was taken by the fillers. And if you want to watch back their matches, they're all out there on Pro Billiard TV. If you're enjoying this, please do like, share and subscribe. I know we are, Tim.
Yeah, now this time something has changed. He's now back to making balls on the break. Just the 1 ball not moving over enough, or is it? Can he still cut this? 2 ball is almost hanging over the corner. Worth taking a risk. No, he's turned it down and he's left the cut on the 1 ball on.
little flick on the 9 really opened that cut for Hayden here. He came out the starting blocks in the opening set, full aggression, has been called upon to play some safes and play some good escapes, but his aggressive and forward play has really reaped him rewards. Fully expect him to go for this. Oh, and use the 4 as a blocker, Tim. Although Tim, that 4 has run into a bit of trouble by the 5.
I was gonna say, every time I look at that side pocket, it's scaring me a lot. And it's again in that funny position. Maybe he can, with the angle he has, maybe he can get close to it. Like I'm saying, in between the 4 and the 5, to where he doesn't have to play anything firm or a big cut.
Oh, he's tracking into the 9. That's not going to help. May force him to have to play safe now. Certainly playing for that gap, Tim, but just didn't get the right angle, and he's not played the best of safeties here against Albert. Well, that's not any better. So you have to say this is a chance for Hayden here. Good look on the 4. I'm not sure how he's going to get shape for this 5, but oh, he's played that very well.
Yeah, has to choose either to move the cue ball straight over from 5 to the 6 or to hold it. And he chose to cross over. The 5 ball did almost wobble there though.
Well, he's played a few of these at pocket speed. Great success, but this time he's bringing it round the table. That cue ball does need to run. It has run, but has it run enough? Played that really well considering the event and the occasion. Hayden really looking calm and composed in this deciding set. And I mentioned at the beginning of this 3rd set, Tim, the statistics indicated, and he's just getting stronger and stronger.
Making it through to the final, that would be quite the upset.
Oh, absolutely. We won't hide from the fact that the Indonesian was likely favourite for this tournament, and the way that he got to the semi-final today, not dropping a set, he did look quite invincible. Hayden Ernst has proved that that's not the case. He's taken a set and needs to take this 3rd set. He will find himself in the final.
10 ball corner.
Where's that 1 going? Was always the chance of that, Tim, playing it in that fashion.
future. On this 4 ball, I believe this is going to tie up the 4.
I do like that little tool he's got there to stop the 4 ball from moving. It's given Albert a little bit more time to think about this one.
Oh, right around the back of it. Now, are we considering another 3 foul? Because the 4 and the 10 is locked.
Each player's 1 for 1.
Yeah, we need a deciding 3 fouls, right? I mean, they're 1 against 1. I mean, I think he's going to draw the cue ball under the 6-7.
Oh. He looks like he's putting topspin. Is he looking to push up onto the 5? I prefer it round the back of the 6 and the 7, but he's gone for the 5, wants to lock it up tight.
How can you argue with a guy that freezes the cue ball up to the ball? I mean, I like what he's played. At least Januarta will have to go 2 rails, and even going 2 rails, he's already queuing a bit over the 5, so not easy. And look, if he doesn't hit the 1, there's another stopper behind the 8. Well, not anymore. Look, maybe a cluster, that's 2 fouls. Maybe a cluster with the 8 for 10.
Like we said, ladies and gentlemen, this match has had everything. I wouldn't put anything past these young players. This has been world-class stuff right from the opening break. Really exciting. Full house here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. And well, he didn't get the lock against the 8. Is there a gap between the 8 and the 10? That might make this escape on.
Yeah, looks like it.
Crowd go ooh. And not a bad response from Albert there. Hayden forced to go over the edge of this 9 with the jump stick. I'm not sure if he makes it what he'll get on the 2.
Yeah, but that's also like, you know, you're like almost straight, and if you make the ball, you're not going to have anything on the 2 ball, so somewhere in your mind you're going to try and do that little bit more to make something happen. Well, this is a big shot. Is he going to play this 2, run into the 4-10, and possibly be on the 3 to the center?
No. He's turned around to his opponent and said, it's your turn to be in a spot of bother.
Oh, a lot of movement too. Still not opening up the 4.
I like how he played that shot.
Well, this has become a good battle ever since Januarta escaped the 3 fouls in this rack. Seems some good defense. Now another 2-rail kick, looking to find the cluster. Hit that a bit firm though, the 2 ball is gonna leak. Hit it perfect, just the pace.
2 ball side.
Yeah, forced to go to the side pocket. That 7 is in the way. Ooh, and there's another twist, Tim. I'm wondering how many twists we can put down to these tight pockets, especially the tight centre pockets. Still catching the players out even on day 10. He's judged that one lovely. I don't think he's got the angle though to disrupt this 4. Does the 4 bank?
Oof. Well, also then again, you would bank the 4 ball in, and the 5 doesn't go by the 6-7. That's why he has to make a nudge. And now I fear for another safety this rack. It still has a cut, but he's just not going to get on something with the 5.
Great shot to open up the 4. Didn't get the rewards. And that's what he called.
Five ball corner.
I think that was his insurance policy called in.
Oh, interesting choice, and this is a long cut on the 5. No future on the 6 ball. That was super tough, and now, oh, the cue ball staying up on the table, that's huge too.
Five doesn't have the corner pocket. There is a combination on the 6, but a lot of distance. Might provide a good opportunity for Albert to aim the cue ball behind it. Looks like that's what he's tried to do, but he's come up short. This is not the easiest of 5s.
Yeah, well, the next question should be, does the 8 go by the 10? I never doubted him making the 5, honestly. Straight shooter. If the 8 doesn't go by the 10, he will have to find the bottom to play the 8 in the same corner as the 6, and that could cause some problems.
Yeah, you feel if he can come underneath the 8, that would give him his best opportunity. What's his angle looking like? Ooh. I'm always worried about the corner pockets. Hayden not. He's looking at being able to come around the back of this 8. This would be a really good shot.
Oh, watch that cue ball. Wondering, what was he trying to go to the short rail? Just stunned it a bit too much, because he had right spin on the cue ball. And I was assuming him to play a lot of left spin if he's going long rail first.
Yeah, the right-hand side just sort of straightened it. Made it do all sorts and go into the centre pocket. It was not what Hayden was expecting. And he's done this once or twice in this match. And stole it at the end.
This match is closer
he won't
than
mind how
most of the people would think about. It's interesting that Albert is leading, pocketing 23 balls or less.
Yeah,
This is going to be wide open.
a little smirk from the Indonesian. He realises what he's left Hayden here. And the 3 leaks past the 7 as well, so everything just opened up, showing a natural pocket. And we know what this young man from Kentucky is capable of. As you said, straight shooter. Is the 9 ball going to make it tricky for the 3? If he finishes straight on it, he could avoid the 9, I'm guessing, but I think he is going to take a bit of the 9 now. Could be a big shot, Tim, getting on the 4 here.
Yeah, did catch the 9 ball first. No future. Will he bank this though?
Well, his opening rack in this match had 2 highlight reel shots. This wouldn't be a bad time to put another one on the board. Oh, clean as a whistle, Tim.
Yeah, how is he even going to get on the 6? Is he going to go around the 8 ball?
Well, if he's running into it, he's going to need something special to get back up for the 6. You may have heard a big round of applause in the background, timed with Hayden's jump shot to perfection.
Oh, that flick of the 8 might have helped him. Is he going to reach? Ooh. Took away just enough speed for that cue ball to hold up. But he almost got a bit of luck off the 8 ball there. Now, try to get behind the 8. Try to get behind the 8. Don't scratch. Ooh, the 8 ball saved him twice.
Oh, what drama. Albert trying to keep it close to his chest. Didn't avoid the double kiss, but that 6 has run safe onto the long rail. Oh, it's still continuing out there, Tim.
Oh, now cue ball above the 9. Banked the 6 ball 2 rails back down table. No, he went directly with the 6 ball. He's taking good care of the object ball. Maybe the cue ball could be a bit sharper, but then still, step 1 is don't sell out. Well, he's definitely hanging in there.
Played that well. Long rail, long rail. A little gap with the 6 and the long rail. And Hayden has called the bank. Made 1 already in this rack, Tim. Oh, there was a little round of applause. Someone sat over there, thought it was going in, but it didn't. And we saw this young man just sneak 1 at the death in the last rack. Is he going to do it again here?
Oh, that is short. I mean, he's fine. He does have a shot on the 8. He can still go 2 rails, possibly 3 rails up to the 9, but bit of pressure. I like to be closer.
And a bounce off the long rail would help. He did, and not too much to do with the cue ball here. Made the 9, and wow, Tim. It looked like Hayden developing a beautiful opportunity, a great bank shot, semi-finals, to bring it back. Well, This is now coming towards the end. We're in the third set. Albert looking to finish it at this opportunity.
Yeah, then again, not much after the break. That break is so typical for this format because they're breaking from the side rail most of the time. It just doesn't really give much. Oh, this is aggressive and he's gonna get away with it, or I mean get away with it. He's played a fantastic cut on the 2, but
wow.
Running into the 3 ball was always gonna be a bit of a gamble. But look at this, he could be closing it out after the break. I might be wrong after all.
I think between you and I, Tim, this is the only thing this match has missed. A break and run. I'm sure our statman Michael Salmon will correct me if I am wrong. What a time to do it.
Yeah, had to hit a gear at one point. Hayden really pulling the strings on him. Kinda made him stutter. But in the end, now still needs to get from the 8 to the short side of the 9. If he gets to the center of the table on these 2 rails, in that case you would say he does have the natural angle to drop in there. But a bit straighter on this 8 than he would have liked. Bit careless on the shape on the 8, so might have to punch it over a bit more. Yeah, what a timing. Albert Januarta.
This young man from Indonesia, with the cue behind the back. He has been picked as the favourite for this tournament, but take nothing away from Hayden Ernst. He really looked like threatening that dominance. But Albert Januarta has taken this third and deciding set 4-1 and progresses through to the final, where he will meet up